So we're going to do a mini for Tater in just a minute. Okay. All right. You'd like to know about love life, you guess? Okay. All right. We're going to the magical hours for Tater's Read. That was a crazy shuffle. Let's try that again. It's like I bent them and they just dropped out. So let's see what's going on here. And we're going to shift this down a little. Hopefully not break the equipment today. See what's going on. Oh boy. Better. Better. Queen of Swords is coming out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lots coming out. Lots coming out. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I want to get the second deck for clarifiers on this. Same deck, second deck, different edges. Let's see what we're looking at here for the mini. This is such gorgeous art. This is the Magical Hours, and it is absolutely gorgeous art. What we're seeing is the Queen of Swords crossed by the Seven of Pentacles. So how do you want to proceed forward? Queen of Swords is usually not one that is afraid to look at something. And if you look at this, she's not just covering her eyes. She's looking with a bigger perspective. She's tapping into the chakras of the palms. She's tapping into something a little bit different. She's tapping into what feels fair and right. She's the Queen of Swords. She knows what is just. She knows what is fair, but it's not always easy. And it feels like this is a little bit of the challenge there for you. So this is what's coming up. Now, this is the card of evaluations. The challenge is to evaluate what's going on. The challenge is to take a deeper look at what's going on in love. There's some, yes. There's something about the way you look at love that you have outgrown or you need to put aside. It is like when we put aside the fairy tale books and the happily ever after ending and get ready to do down to work, down to business of a relationship. It's not just, and they lived happily ever after. You have to live happily even after seeing somebody else's flaws, even after the relationship goes wonky or scattered or different. And it feels like there is a growing up way of looking at life, looking at what you want for your partner, for your friends, that kind of thing. You're looking at it differently. You're totally looking at it differently. Broader sense of view, like here. Yeah. It needs to honor the heart, honor the divine feminine. It needs to honor what's going forward in your world. It needs to be somewhat strategic and not overly emotional. It can't just be romantic flowers and love's first blush for you. It can't be that for you at all. It needs to be bigger than that. It needs to be more than that. Whatever is coming your way, you're calling forward something that has more depth to it. While it's nice to be the center of attention, while it's nice to have the attention garnered, you would rather not have that if it's not deep. It's like you're done in the shallow waters right now. That's what it's feeling like, and that's what's coming through. Now, what we've got in the conscious and subconscious, we've got the Six of Wands, victory in the conscious thoughts. Over what? The Four of Cups, the refusal. When the universe offers something and you refuse. Now, usually this is seen as being pouty, but there is reason you refuse certain things, and you are right to refuse certain things and wait for the offering that seems divine. That's what you are trying to do, and that is huge for you coming up. Huge, huge, huge. It's not like you're just taking the first thing that comes along. You're not. You've thought about it very much. Yeah, your heart is more considered and more measured than it has been in the past. Subconscious, we got the Six of Cups in reverse. And this feels a little bit reversed to me. I just got a restriction. I don't know why, guys. For some kind of commercial thing, and I have no idea. So well done. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So this one comes up in the reverse. Not sure why. It's gorgeous, gorgeous cards. It's covered cards. There's no nudity here, so I don't know what they're... This is overblown nostalgia. This is seeing through rose-colored glasses. This is seeing through lenses that are a little bit tinted pink, right? A little bit looking on the good side, looking on the good side. And this is something you're going to be learning when you look through it differently. You're going to look through it differently. You're going to see differently. What you're wanting to see is how in the world do you operate from a place while you give somebody enough credit, but don't overcredit them. Don't give the potential. Don't buy the potential. Buy the action. Base your decisions on love. Base your decisions on how you're proceeding forward, on the history you've seen, and on action. Actions speak louder than words is something that this one absolutely knows. And she might see potential there, but she's not going to bank on the potential and forever wait and change no and try and change another no. No, 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 no. Knight of Swords coming through. This is sometimes you've been a little bit reckless as far as this nostalgia goes, or giving somebody a little bit too much credit. No, they need to earn their position with you. They need to earn their place. They need to be equal match. All right. Going forward, going forward. Recent past. Four of Pentacles. You've worked hard to establish what it is that you have to grow what you've grown with your time, your resources, and your energy. If you've gone forward and thought, in the past, if you've gone in a relationship and you thought, okay, I need this for security, or I want more security, it's going to be wrong-headed for you. So you don't have to have it look a certain way, like in the old fairy tales, and have it be there for security. You're capable, more than capable, of managing a lot on your own. This is what you need to be highly aware of. Queen of Cups is coming through. This is the one that remembers the dream, remembers what is her emotional grail, her true north, her vision. She remembers this. She reflects on it. She doesn't wallow in it. So where something may not have worked in the past, it doesn't faze her anymore. She's ready to actually do the work of depth. Hopes and fears. Struggle for the juggle. And this is somebody shooting pool on two tables. Wow. Okay. What I'm getting on this is, I haven't got this from the Two of Pentacles in a long time, but it does come through sometimes. Shooting pool on two tables. You might have the balls for it, but eventually your stick gets worn. So what I'm telling you is, if you have somebody that is not treating you as the priority or as the prize, don't waste your time. You don't need somebody that's considering you as an option. Like I say, they might be able to do it. They might have the balls for it, but eventually the stick gets worn and it's not going to be fun. Shooting pool on two tables ain't going to fly. Not this time. This juggling, no, you will not be juggled. You are the shit, and you need to remember this. Judgment. To thine own self be true is coming through as the result. Your truer self is in the house in a big, big way. You're hearing the call, hearing what this is about, hearing that you're not playing the shallow games anymore. Not that you couldn't play them, but they're just tiresome. Really, really, it's like you've come into a different way of maturing about relationships. It doesn't show that love is crossing your path immediately. What it shows is this lesson has happened, and it's important and imperative for you to know it. What else is going on? Four of Wands. Spring. Flat out, it's coming up with a traditional spring meaning. This is the 1111 card. This is spring. This is spring. This is spring. Now, this could be something, weddings, graduations, and births in spring. This is judgment. The truer you are to yourself, the more of this spring energy you draw to you. So the more you show up as yourself, as is, warts and all, boom, the more of the synchronicity that comes through. Let's see what else is going on. Because this challenge of evaluation, I think it keeps you in your head a little too much. It does. And you're leaving the rough waters for the smooth. So in this one, you have emotional baggage. This is when you get this and this in a read, the Six of Cups and the Six of Swords. What it's showing you is you're leaving a harsh situation or an old way of believing that's hard on the soul. You're trying to find peace, trying to find your own inner peace, trying to be true to yourself and trying to move forward. But the evaluating, I would say to you, let the evaluating rest for a bit. I would say to you, let yourself be in flow a little bit more so you can get out of this choppiness. You are not here to measure up to somebody else's standard, nor are you here to continually measure without living your life, without having a little bit more fullness. Now, what else do we need to know going forward? I want to look at this Queen of Cups. She's gorgeous. She's got her dream, her hopes and dreams again. And what else does she need to know going forward for the next month as it pertains to romance? Nine of Wands. Your resilience needs honored. This one isn't standing. She's sitting but guarded. This is all the wands, and this is the one that's been wounded before. We've been talking about this. But the resilience is there. There's a huge lesson for that. Huge lesson. You've learned how to defend. You need to honor those boundaries. Don't let anybody take from that. Not at all, not at all, not at all, not at all. Anything else going forward next month. Okay? Oh! Love it! All right. Sorry, I get a little excited when I see this card. This is the Happy Ever After +1. This is the Ten of Cups. This is the bliss. Sometimes it's shown with the couple that's standing outside their home and then the little kids are dancing, but it's fulfillment. It's getting your wish and then the result of that. So having this fulfillment come through. What I'm getting on these cards is romance isn't kicking in boom, 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 but fulfillment is, and fulfillment's even a little bit better. You're letting go of and shedding the old ways of what would look like storybook romance. And I put the air quotes on there because for everybody it's a little bit different, but the storybook romance isn't as fulfilling. The deeper sense of love is what you're waiting for, what you're wanting, and this is what you're longing for and moving towards. This is what's coming in. Now, what else does she need to know for the next month? I'm going to look again in this one with the clarifiers. Wow. Okay, that came out. Boom. We'll let this come out. Legacy breakthrough. This is huge. Now we have the family here, and usually this is about monetary inheritance, legacy, wealth, that kind of thing. Generational wealth. What you're letting go of is generational distortions of a viewpoint. So when we have distortions of a viewpoint, the devil's in here following this, and the devil is one that will try and convince us or give us part of the thing, part of a truth, but not the whole truth. When we have the devil in the generational legacy as it concerns love, we might be hearing old voices that you need to have this, you need to have that. It needs to look a certain way when it does not. Love looks how love looks. I was recently watching Anne of Green Gables, and in that story, in that show, it has this old spinster sister and this brother, and they're raising an orphan. And that's the premise. So they aren't the typical couple. They aren't a romantic couple, yet they're family. And this girl that they didn't expect to get a girl, they were looking to have a boy come and help on the farm. They show up for her. They offer love for her and support her. Love looks different than what you expect. Now, I'm not saying that romantic love may not start to flourish, but what you're finding right now is fulfillment of what love actually is. And you're breaking chains on what it used to look like. So soul family, soul tribe, love, and romance. It very much looks different than how we were raised to believe it. It's not this Disneyfied version of something. It's just not. It's deeper than that. It's running deeper. You're thinking about it more and more and more from a logical and factual place, not just the emotions of love's first blush when you're in your youth. You're thinking about it differently. 5 of Cups. This is sorrow, loss, and leaving something behind, and you're leaving the old story behind. This is big. You're leaving a huge old story behind. The 8 of Cups. Walking towards something that's more satisfying is usually what this card is about, and she is being lifted by her emotions. And this feels like for the next period of a month, you are learning to lean into your intuition. Now, emotion, not the same as intuition, right? You're leaning into your own intuition, your own higher self, your own higher knowing. That's why you have the Judgment card coming up here. These are big cards to see regarding the next month. These are big coming up. What I'm getting for you is it's not going to be romance, romance, romance. It's how you actually feel and understand romance and love to be, and what that looks like is changing on a huge level. When that changes, when that shifts, you draw more of what you actually want towards you. You draw the deeper thing rather than the shallow fairy tale. You draw the depth. That's what I'm getting for you. That feels complete. That's gorgeous. And this is the Magical Hours Tarot. So this is gorgeous, 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 gorgeous deck. So that's what I got for you, honey. It doesn't look like it's bad. It looks like you are acquiring knowledge. And sometimes we want to just acquire passion. Sometimes we just want passion. We want love. We want all the fun and the foo-foo-foo. But there's a depth coming in here. This makes a lot of sense. Good. I'm glad it does. So glad. Yeah, that's what comes in. And it feels like it's very, very big for you. List is clear. Okay, guys, so Kim has posted we're doing $20 for the blind, $30 for the year ahead, $30 for a mini, $40 for a full, and $50 for the specialty. And I'm going to do also the signs like earth, air, water, fire, that kind of thing. So we're going to start with, what do we want to start with? I guess we'll start with the water signs today. We're starting with the water. So we're going Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And we're going to go to the Urban Tarot and see what's going on. You're welcome, Tater. Thank you. All right. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And this is a Tarot of the City something. It's not the Urban. It's the Tarot of the City something. Water signs, what do you need to know? Wow, that dastardly moon. Guys, a lot of us are being called to have a little bit of a check on what's going on. So here we go here. Hopefully you can see this. Pretty good. We've got the King of Wands and the Moon. This is egos, if it's in its shadow self, leadership when it's in its right self, truly leading and inspire in the right way. This is the big challenge where our ego interferes. We've got the moon and the sun right here, bam, 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 coming out. And this is not the first time I've seen them come up in the same 5-card spread. It's like we really need to understand our intuition, understand where the gates of fear are for us, and then illuminate that. And this is huge. Hopefully you guys can see that. Here's this person walking through the gates of fear. This is a different rendition of the moon, but that's what it is. When you see what you need to do on the path and you take just a few steps of faith, then you are honored and you're moving forward. When you get the sun coming up, you have full illumination and abundance. And this is something that we're going through right now. This is something that for the water signs, this is huge. To even get out of the murky waters and go on the path is huge for the water sign. This is something where if you know you've been playing small because of fear in a certain aspect of your life, consider yourself called out. Consider yourself called to the table to be accountable. It's time to lead. Time to lead. The Empress is coming up here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous version of this. The Empress at the coffee bar with the kids. Love it, love it, love it. Just taking a little bit of a breather, like having a break and really nurturing those around her. Spending the time to have the conversations that really, really matter. Spending the time to be patient in our conversations is huge for us. And then the Devil. Why? Why? This little is on my shit list, frankly. This one is where we get told a lie, we get told nonsense, and we have to sort it out. The Empress, the nurturing one with the abundance, is coming through, and this is what's going to be really helpful. The Devil right here, there's a lot of confusion about this fear. I want to see just a few more cards here, what's coming up with this, because for the water signs, sometimes they can be so emotionally led that it overtakes logic in a sense. Don't let the fear of whatever it is that is holding you small, keeping you small, preventing you from leading, continue to do so. Don't let that hold you back. This is something that almost like this extra influence of, no, you can't do that. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Oh, that's really risky. Oh, don't dare hope for that. Or, oh, just stay in chaos. Stay in avoidance. Don't do that. You know, it'll be better to do it later type of energy. I'm fixing this iPad. It'll be better to do it later. Why not try going about that a little bit later? That'll be good. Do it later. This one is coming up for somebody as huge procrastination. Stop it. Now, what else do we need to know for water signs? Water signs, water signs. What else we got? The Lovers. Choices about the devotion of the heart need to be made, and the commitment to self needs to be made. This is the Lovers card. What is it that you are dedicated to, committed to, and want to move forward with? This is huge, huge, huge for the water signs right now. This is a huge deal. Yeah, huge, huge, huge. If you are somebody that has been on the fence about something, the time is to make the choice. Make it solid. Make it from the point of your higher self, not just I'm scared to do this or logic that or emotion that. No. Ask the higher self, ask the divine, make the choice, and then go for it. That's what I've got. That feels very complete on that. And this is the, I don't know, something city tarot. And it's really very, very modern, but very, very good. I should break it out a little bit more. I pulled that and a few other rando decks up to my desk this time. Did you guys just see that? My lights just flickered big time. Yeah, I should pull that up to my desk a little bit more. Anything else? No, I can put that down. I'll get a little bit of water. Okay. All right, we'll see what else is going on. Okay. All right. So we probably are still like understanding that the algorithm is throttling whatever for I don't know why, but okay. We're probably on that restricted bit of business of time, but we're going to keep going. And we'll keep going with some of the signs for a minute. So we'll go to fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Which deck? Interesting. Okay, we're going into the Red Fairy Tarot deck for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and we're going to see what's going on for them. So let's just see. It feels like 3 cards. It doesn't feel like it's huge for these guys. Wonder why that is. I don't know why that is. Okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It feels like I need 3 cards from here, and that's roughly it. Oh, okay. Because the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is supposed to be doing a swap. We've got the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Coins. When we see the Nine of Swords, it's anxiety, it's stress, it's the epiphany and the bolt out of the blue. It's the aha moment. You can't sleep, you can't sleep, you can't sleep. Restless nights, worry, 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 in your head too much. And this is the rude awakening. And it's why we don't need much. It is a rude awakening. It's a real whack to the face in some kind of way. It's like, hello, that kind of an epiphany. Aries, if you have a friend that's an Aries, you might be the one that says, hey, you need to pull your head out here. Hello. You might be the one that says, oh, cut the shit on this. You might be the one that says, whoa, 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 hold the phone. Did you hear yourself just say that? That's what's coming through. The epiphany is coming through. The Knight of Cups, there's a little bit of over-idealized thinking and a little bit of worry. And they aren't grounded right now. They're just all fire, fire, fire going on. These fire signs, they're just... They are like a wildfire. They are a little out of control, a little bit zigging and zagging and not making much sense. Nine of Pentacles is coming through. They need to sit for a minute, get grounded for a minute, stay still for a minute, step back for a minute. This is what's going on, and this is where the reward is. This is where they actually see what it is that they're questing for. But it's going to take them a minute. It's going to take them a minute. They're really, a lot of them are feeling this sun and fiery energy in such a good way, but it's... They're little troublemakers right now. It feels like they're a little bit chaotic, a little bit of troublemakers. Maybe good, maybe just chaos. But, you know, when somebody's like, squirrel, yeah, that's what's going on. And it feels like that's going on. They want to do a little bit of everything. They think they can do everything. They're traveling, 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 moving, moving, moving. This, that, the other, zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. It's not serving. They have to get more focused and they have to pull back in order to move forward. They have to sit still, which will about bust their chops right now. Sit still, be present, then figure out what it is that they are trying to aspire to. Sit still, be present. It's like that is the very last thing they will want to do. And it's why it is the rude awakening. If they would sit still, they wouldn't be exhausted. If they would sit still just for a little bit, they would be able to focus a little bit more. This is what's coming up. It feels like the rush, the push, the push, the push, the push that it might usually fuel them is a little bit in excess. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, sit still and then pay attention to quests later. That's what I'm getting for the fire signs. Take it how you know that it resonates. Take it for whom you know it resonates. It might be that somebody you know isn't fire sign in their sun sign and it's in their moon sign and you know that they've got this going on. You'll know. You'll know when it comes across your path. So we'll take a look at that. All right. That's what's going on with that. We will go next to what? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, air signs. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to go to Rachel True's True Heart Tarot for Rachel True. And we're going to go air signs. Okay, so TikTok should not have any problem. Look at the Sharpie clothes I put on those lovers. That's what's coming up first. This is the Lovers card. This is where they're choosing heart's desire for the air signs. There has been a weighing and a balancing and a trying to figure something out. There has been a choice presenting and a choice that needs to happen and let itself roll forward. The depth and commitment of something that is the heart's desire needs to be honored in order to move forward. The Six of Cups and the Two of Coins. Again, there has been weighing and measuring. There's been this balancing, these choices, these choices, these choices. This is all about choice. This is wanting to go forward with the Six of Cups. This is wanting to go forward and have an even trade, but there's something that is needing to be juggled and it's challenging, vexing even, I would say. It really is challenging and kind of an irritation. So this is what's being asked to go forward. There's something about the friendship energy, the lighthearted energy that needs to be honored a little bit more. And it will feel like this is less of a challenge when it's approached with a more lighthearted, childlike energy going forward. Not childish, childlike. A willingness. This is huge coming up. This is huge, huge. Next up, on the other side of this, what's going to be balancing with this? The talent, the gift, the reward, the monetary gifts, and also a little bit of work coming through. after having to stand your ground and hold your boundaries. This is big. I want a little bit of a clarifier on this because it feels like the reward is there and it's not too far off for you guys, but it feels like you have had to really stand strong, hold strong, fight for almost every inch that you've got. That's very strange. You have had to fight for every inch you've got. Now in this deck, I didn't draw the Sharpie close, so I'm going to cover this, but it's the Nine of Wands. So you can see the person, the Nine of Wands. You can see here, Seven of Wands. This is where you've had to do the boundary, and this is where you've had to do it over and over and over again, over and over again. And this one, if you can see, you can see the bending, the yielding, the standing strong, the bending, the yielding, the standing strong, the boundary, then tested, then standing strong. This is what's coming in through this. What else do we got here? Love overflow comes. It's going to take a little while. This again feels like it's a whole process. It feels like it's not coming in racing forward, but love overflow is coming in. Emotional overflow, joy, spiritual growth and joy, love overflow coming in. Huge, huge, huge. After a test of resilience, after a test of the boundaries and resilience, you learn to honor this. You learn to move forward with the great big love. It's huge. The love of your life is bigger than just the romance that we see. The love of our lives is ourselves, usually our children or our family, and the people around us. It's not just tied up in one person. That's just a flawed myth. This is bigger. The heart's desire of the love of ourself going forward and what we choose to be devoted to. What do we do every day? What are we devoted to every day that brings love forward, anchors love in? This is what we need to be thinking of if you're that. That's what I've got. That's complete on that. All right. So what are we missing here? The earth signs, is that what we need to do? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, earth signs, I think is next. So we will do that. Let's see which deck we want to go to. These are all messed up cards. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll see it. We'll see it. Hang on. Yeah, we're going to go to the Pocket Tarot, the In Our Hands Tarot. Now, the backs of these look similar to, this is, I think, Sawyer's work. And the backs of these cards look similar to the backs of her other ones that has all kinds of different tarot readers and spiritual people in the deck. And that's the Pocket Full of Peers deck. This is the In Our Hands deck. And so I had to do the back of them so I could differentiate. But let's see what's going on with this. For the earth signs. Wow, that one wants to pop out. Six of Wands. What is this victory coming up? I love the art on this. The Six of Wands. This victory is big for us. I'm not sure what it's about, but it's coming up, and it's coming up big. It's not just a ride in a parade ride. It actually is momentum moving forward. It's bigger than just a little bit of recognition. It's momentum. It's momentum. Something for the earth signs is, other signs will be lucky to be you and happy to be you right now, because it feels like a long time coming, a long time reward coming, and the momentum is here, and the victory is here. This is huge for you. It feels like there's 5 across the bottom, so we're going to see what's going on there. Virgos have been waiting for a long time, particularly. Taurus feels like stubbornly dug in, and Capricorn, I've got to say Capricorn may be a little bit, have been clueless for a series of years in a certain element, and then dedicated of late. Don't know what it's about. We're going to see what's going on. Okay, all right. Woo! All right, what we're seeing here. What we're seeing is the work, the dedication coming through, like I'm telling you. And then sitting back and reevaluating, taking some time and seeing what's going on. Building up the resources and sitting back for a minute and looking at what you want to accomplish. This is something you've done and you've gotten second nature to doing. When you move from the 8 to the 9, it's significant because now you're sitting pretty. Now you've got yourself in a better position. It's been a reward. The progress, the victory is here. There's been a reward, been a reward, been a reward. This 5 of Swords, this battlefield that you were on for a long time, it's like you finally, yeah, I'll say it. You finally smartened up and left the battlefield. You finally smartened up, and instead of fighting this stupid fight, whether it's the right fight or the blame fight or, you know, adding insult to injury or ego, you just don't give a shit anymore. It's like, I'm out of here. I'm leaving this battlefield. I'm not playing this way anymore. Fuck it. I'm done. Out of here. Boom. Gone. That's what's going on. 2 of Cups. This creates room for perfect business partners, perfect friendships, and perfect souls coming forward. kindred spirits, soul tribe, soul family, that kind of stuff. This is coming forward. It's like you are finally coming to the table. The table has been there. The other soul family, other soul tribe has been there. You've had a seat at the table waiting for you to come and occupy it this whole time. And you have finally figured it out. You've arrived in very much the energy of the Queen of Wands. Spectacular energy. Really, really chosen who you give audience to. Chosen who you're leaving behind. Chosen who you give audience to. This is what's going on here. This is going on huge for the earth signs. This is huge, huge victory and huge, huge readiness for things to move forward. In perfect harmony is what I'm getting. Yeah, I'm getting, what's dropping in the air is ebony and ivory, that in perfect harmony. Yeah, it's working together with others in a very harmonious way, working together with soul family and soul tribe in a huge, huge way, beneficial for all. That's what's come through. This is huge, huge. That's what I've got for you. So that's what's come through. Okay, let me get a sip of water. I'm seeing what's going on. And I know that the goofy thing, for whatever reason, didn't like some of the cards or something I said, and it did the restriction. So what I want to do is step out and back in. Since there's just a few of us in here, I want to see if we can reset this, and we'll just treat it like we're doing the top of the show, because I think that I don't know if they call it throttled or what, but I think that that's what's happened. So I'm going to step out and right back in. So, all right, guys, I will see you in 30 seconds, whatever it takes me to go out, breathe, drink a couple swigs of water, and then be back in. All right. Yeah, I think it is TikTok. So we're going to try and see if we can outsmart the algorithm. Okay, see ya.